Next on the call is Kentucky's Mark Stoops. Kentucky plays host to Mississippi State Saturday at 7:30 Eastern Time on the SEC Network. To ask a question for Coach Stoops, please press 1-0 now. And Coach, while we're waiting on questions, please take a moment to comment on your team as you enter Saturday's game against Mississippi State.
Sure. I feel like the team's off to a good start here this week. We need to. We got a lot of areas to improve. I think it's obviously important to get our quarterback back and get him out there, and he's been able to practice first couple of days of the week, and we'll see how it goes today. So right now it seems like he'll be healthy, barring any setbacks, and obviously that brings a lot of energy to our team, and there's a lot of areas where we need to improve. We're going to have another great challenge here this week, playing a top 20 ranked Mississippi State team. We know they're always high-powered offensively. I think anytime you're playing, Mike Leach's offense, you know what you're going to get, and they execute it at a extremely high level. And Will Rogers is playing at another level, extremely comfortable back there. He looks very poised, very accurate in playing some exceptional football. I think on defense, Zach Arnett does a great job. They're very active. They are creating a bunch of turnovers, a bunch of negative yardage plays, and even if they give up a play here or a play there, they, what they're doing and how active they are creating so many negative yardage plays that it's getting offenses off track, and we can't do that. And that's been an issue for us this year, at times falling behind the chains, and we certainly can't do that without our quarterback, and we need to play better and more efficient in all areas.
To ask a question for Coach Stoops, please press 1-0. First question is from Wilson Alexander of The Advocate.
Hey, Mark. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Curious, obviously, as a coach, y'all are always trying to build and continue to build, but when you were maybe earlier in the Kentucky tenure trying to build this program, what did it take to get it to the point where you were at least somewhat satisfied with where you wanted it, and how long did it kind of take? And when did you know that you had kind of reached that spot?
Well, I don't think you ever really feel like you're where you want to be. I think all of us are constantly striving for more, and as evidenced by the past 2 weeks, because I felt like 2 weeks ago we played some very good football at times, just we're inconsistent, a play here, a play there, a mistake here, a mistake there, or we get a win against a very good team on the road, but we didn't do it. And then we come back this past week and do not play very good football, and credit South Carolina on that, and we didn't respond, but it just goes to show you how quickly things can change, and that's why I think you know the volatility of this league and how hard it is. And so while we have been consistent to some extent, we're constantly striving to take it to another level, and that's a challenge. So it's always hard to maintain, and climb, because everybody around us is recruiting and coaching and competing at a high level. So you got to constantly match that each day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Stefan Kreisnick from the Clarion Ledger.
Hey, Mark, I was just curious, with the running success that Mississippi State has had this year, I guess how you kind of game plan for facing that type of offense now.
Yeah, it's definitely that is one area that is slightly different. I think you see the balance that they're creating on the offensive side of the ball, and very, very efficient in runs, first, second down, and in mixed downs, much higher percentage of running the football than in the past. So I want to say we have it around 60-40, and that's keeping people honest and effective runs, and they have two good players back there or more. So you can see why they're doing it.
Next question is from Steve Moulton of WZZN.
Coach, appreciate the time today. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Yes, sir. Doing good.
I wondered, you talked a little bit about the air raid right there, and even though Mississippi State is running the ball more than they did the previous year, is planning for an air raid, how different is it from a defensive scheme standpoint in prepping for an air raid type of offense? How different is it in your world?
Yeah, it's different. I think the one constant, with Mike is that you could go back years and years and years, and while he may favor certain concepts or personnel groupings or certain plays year to year, but it's I'm sure one of the reasons for his success. I mean, he knows very clearly what he wants to do. He always has. He gets the players to play at a very, very high level and completely understand the offense, and they're very good at taking what's in front of them, and finding any weakness in certain areas, and they're very efficient and definitely know what they want to do. So
how would you have liked? Oh, I'm sorry. Coach.
Yeah, long-winded there, but to answer your question, I'd say it is slightly different, than other offenses. Yeah.
I wanted you to tell me what kind of a tackling defense do you think you have, and how do you improve that in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I think that's certainly an area that we need to very much concentrate on in this game because he throws the ball, his completion percentage is so high, and it was very high against us a year ago, and so we've got to do a much better job of tackling and not letting them get so many yards after the catch.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Next question is from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
All right, Bob. How about you?
I'm good. Hey, I just wonder if there's any update on Will Levis, and do you have a sense, for if you think he'll be able to play Saturday?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, barring any setbacks, he should be good to go. He's been out there Monday and Tuesday, and we practiced this afternoon, and expecting him to be out there today. So, we hope he's at or near full strength.
And then, Shane Beamer, this, I guess, dancing video he did after the game the other day got a lot of attention. People are referencing back to something you said at media days, but Shane said on a call that you guys had a real good conversation before the game Saturday, and he has a lot of respect for you and your program. Just wondering what your take is on all that.
Well, it just makes me go back to being me, Bob, and being very vanilla, So I've been around 10 years. I'd like to keep my head down. I don't say anything about anybody for 10 years. You know what I mean? I kind of stay in my lane and do my job and keep my head down. And I don't. You asked me, so I'm answering. But this is the last time I'm going to answer it. For the last time, if I have something to say about Shane Beamer, I'll say it. He and I have talked twice, and I have a lot of respect for him. They kicked our butt, and as far as dancing and enjoying themselves in the locker room, they should. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a hard job we have. The players and the coaches work and prepare, and they came on the road and beat a ranked opponent, beat our butt, and they should enjoy it.
That's a good answer. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next question is from Hale McGranahan of 247 Sports.
Hey, Coach, another South Carolina-related question, but on the field, I'm just curious to know your take on how you've seen them progress from year one to year two under Coach Beamer, and what kind of stood out to you that way Saturday night.
Yeah, I said it a year ago. I noticed it, very much, the quick impact that he had a year ago, and I think the same thing this year. You knew, for us, in this league, he had some tough games early, against some really good teams and tough environments. We did too, and you have to respond each and every week. We didn't, they did, and so that team is definitely getting better each and every year, and most importantly, it's getting better here throughout this season. And, you have to answer the bell each and every week. And I think that's one of the unique things about the SEC, and why you see, some things that, maybe perceived to be strange to the outside world is because when you catch a team and how you play matters sometimes, But again, to all of us, there's no excuse. We have to get our team up and prepared and ready each and every week, and we all have a lot of the same problems with injuries and inconsistencies and things of that nature.
Thanks, sir.
Yep, thank you.
That's all the time for today, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.